Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is The Inspiration Show. As you can see, I am coming from an unusual set today. I've had an exceptionally frustrating day where my building was actually testing the alarm system. So I've been listening to an alarm for the last 6 hours, so I've moved over to a friend's place. But today on the show, we're actually going to be talking about success principles. If you have a business yourself, how you can apply those to your business. And I have a very amazing guest with me who has had a very interesting story into her life. I can't wait for her to share that inspirational story with you. So please help me in welcoming Jana Beeman. How are you, Jana?
I am doing fabulous, Natalie. So glad to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome to have you here. I know that we've been wanting to connect for a while, and we finally got to do it, which is fantastic. So why don't we start first of all with your story and background and how you got, because I know that you do a few different things, but let's talk about your background and story first.
Okay, well, I'll give you the sort of rambling short version. When I was 7, I was hit by a drunk driver on my bike, and I developed chronic migraines. And because there weren't medications to help and nothing seemed to make a difference, I started on this journey, even at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, trying to figure out another way to deal with the pain. And of course, this was a long time ago, and a lot of people said, "Oh, it's all in your head." Yes, it is, but it's pain. It's real. And so by the time I was 10, I had started using breathing techniques, and by the time I was a teenager, I found biofeedback. And as I moved through my life, I kept looking for other options that would help me get out of pain or get some control over the pain. And so I went through hypnosis, and of course I didn't just learn it for myself because that would be too easy, so I learned it as a practitioner. And then I went on to NLP and EFT tapping and a lot of other techniques. I pretty much delved into every professional development, personal development, and also the health, nutrition, fitness side of things, trying to solve my problem, which after 40 years of digging, I finally did. I'm completely migraine-free for about the last 7 years now. And it's taken me on a really interesting journey going all over the place. And the upshot of that is that it really helps me help people, and that makes my whole journey worthwhile.
I know for you to have such a keen interest, I mean, obviously not just to fix yourself, but the reason that you're going through this as a practitioner is because you do want to help other people. So that seems to be the motivation behind the businesses that you've set up. So tell us about some of the things that you're doing now.
Well, I have two sides to my business. I have a health and wellness practice where I use nutrition as well as stress techniques to help people really start feeling better in their body. And I started there a few years back and really love it, but then I was called to do something a little bit bigger. And I found that I was working for the nutrition school where I'd gotten my certification, and I was helping a lot of the students move forward into building a business. And because I've had several businesses, it was just a place where I felt like I could be really impactful and help the people who were super passionate and did not have a clue how to get it out into the world, and help them do it in a way that worked for them. Most of us who are healers were, highly sensitive people. We react differently, and we're super sensitive to different types of things that other people can do without a problem, but for us, we just get overwhelmed. And so a lot of times, the students I was working with, they get stuck because it was just too much for them. And so working in the business coaching side, I can really use what I know about success, what I know about mindset, what I know about psychology and emotional intelligence to help people get out of their own way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, I think there's two sides to a business. There's obviously the conscious side where, you have to, do the marketing and do the sales and the bookkeeping and all that kind of thing to run a business. You need to have like business skills. But then on the other side, if you want your business to flourish in a way that you may never have been able to dream of before, you need to apply your mindset and your law of attraction and other principles to be able to attract some amazing opportunities and growth to come your way that you may not have ever thought of before. So I know that you've worked with quite a few business owners. So what do you think is one of the common themes that you see happening for people and the mistakes that they make when it comes to mindset and business?
One of the big things that I see is I see a lot of people who are constantly blaming the economy. Oh, it's just terrible out there. I can't make any money. No matter how hard I try, I can't make any money. And they're getting in groups and they're complaining to each other and they're reinforcing the fact that they can't make any money instead of looking at, okay, personal responsibility means if I'm not making the money, then I need to try something different. And just because what I've always been doing isn't working, that doesn't mean that the economy is broken or that I am broken or anything else. It just means that if you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll keep on getting what you've always gotten, except when the marketplace changes. So if you're a business owner and you're not moving forward in some way, you're not trying some different techniques, then the old sales ways, they kind of fall by the wayside a little bit at a time. And the same thing in your personal life. If you're just saying, oh, why is this happening to me, then that's not taking responsibility, right? And the fact is that we always have a choice. We always have a choice, even on our darkest days, to at least find the lesson, if nothing else.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think as soon as we start blaming someone or something outside of ourselves, we lose the power to be able to make any changes.
Right.
We lose the power to be able to make the choice. And for me, it's like, well, if something happens to you that's obviously not favorable, you've got the choice to view the way that you look at it, so you can choose your perception, because even for every bad thing that happens, there's something good that comes out of it, or some lesson or some life skill that you can pick up from it. And you also get to choose how long you allow it to affect you moving forward. But as soon as you start to blame someone outside of you, then you lose the power to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I see that being just kind of like an epidemic where one person complains and then everybody else joins in, and pretty soon they're creating that for themselves instead of moving forward in a different way.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's the thing, like something as monumental as the economic crisis that happened in 2008, I mean, that was like a big fat reset button. And okay, well, game's changed. I need to figure out what the new rules are, how the thing's working, change your tactic, and then move forward in that respect. So let's say that someone finds themselves in a position where they, that what they're doing now isn't working for them. What is the easiest or the best way for them to be able to seek help outside of that?
Well, it kind of depends on what their goal is. If they're building a business, they might want to work with a coach who is on top of how things are changing. But you can also really look at what other people are doing, and the caveat here is that sometimes people say they're successful, and they really aren't. So you want to talk to their clients. You want to get referrals. You want to look for people who are really making a difference for the people they're working with. And that can be really helpful. But you can also look at what you're doing. When I was working with Jack Canfield, he tells a story about a car dealer, a salesperson, who was seeing the sales just tanking in their dealership, and he said, okay, I have to make more money, so I've got to do something different. And he was one of the first dealers in the country who went to a mall and brought cars in and let people sit in them, and his sales went through the roof because he did something different that no one else was doing. And instead of saying, oh, woe is me, there's no people walking in the door, he said, I'm going to try something different and see if it works. So sometimes you have to be a little bit of an explorer to see what might make a difference. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but you learn from it.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if you know about this, and I don't know if it's happening in the US, but in Australia, McDonald's obviously is starting to lose a share of the fast food market. Mm-hmm. And especially here in the US with, fresh food, fast, food places like Chipotle and that coming up. But in Australia, they've started an experiment called The Corner. So it looks like you're going into a cafe. It's gourmet sandwiches and, of course, cappuccinos and espressos and that kind of thing, but it's actually a McDonald's store. And you don't see the McDonald's logo anywhere, but they're trying something different and trying to change this up and really thinking outside the box. So if an organization as huge as McDonald's can have the foresight to go, okay, well, how do we keep ahead of the curve here? You know, how do we change the way that we do our business and our practices so that we are more in alignment with what's happening in the world today? Then, you know, as a business owner, or, you know, anyone that's looking to create wealth, that's something that we really want to keep an open mind for. Now, you know, one of the things that I love about you, Jana, is that you are doing a summit that's coming up really soon called Serve and Succeed. So tell us a little bit about that and the motivation behind putting this whole thing together.
Well, the motivation originally is kind of funny because even though I'm a business owner, I am super, super passionate about animals, animal rescue, animal charities, animal preservation. And if you go to my Serve and Succeed webpage, you'll actually see a little video that tells my story. And I really kind of I had a hard time putting that together because, I mean, I was literally crying with every picture and little bit that I was sharing, because that's something that's a huge part of my life since I was a little bitty kid. And one of the things that I've done through my business is support my animal charities with a share of my profits. And so the more I do well in my business, the bigger impact I can make by donations, by, you know, doing more petition work, by going to Washington, and different things that I've worked on over the years. So the Serve and Succeed series is really created for people who have a passion, whether it's in a business or if it's just personal, who want to make a bigger difference and maybe need to build a business in order to support something that they can, you know, then donate to or create. I have a huge goal of creating animal sanctuaries all around the world. And I haven't done my first one yet, but I'm going to. And so I do 30-minute interviews of, you know, content, great business building content. I don't hold back the juicy stuff. It is all out there. And then I do expert interviews with people like you who have something to share that can really help other people see, wow, if she can do that, maybe I can do that too. And so it's all free. The replays are up online. It is all about creating something that really serves people to move forward in a more empowered way.
Awesome. Absolutely. I know with my movies as well, I mean, my passion is also to reach children with, you know, with the law of attraction and with this message. And as some of you know that have been watching the show for a little while, you know, we're working with 10,000 underprivileged children in Colombia at the moment. And, you know, empowering them with my movies, but also with the curriculum for 6 to 12-year-olds as well. So I think that having that mission, heart-based part of your business can really help your business to grow. So how do you think it's affected your business, you know, really having that focus on helping animals?
For me, it is the rocket fuel. Because whenever I get tired and say, oh my God, I can't do this today, this is too much, it's, you know, I've hit a dead end, maybe I need to course correct in some way, and then it's like all I have to do is go into my house and see my animals, and they constantly remind me every day, you know, if you weren't here to adopt me, I would probably be dead right now. And so that's definitely that rocket fuel that pushes me forward all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and I really recommend that if you have a business there, that you look at including a component of this into your business. And I know with the summit, the cool thing about the summit is you're not selling anything. This is just content. This is just specifically to help people not only build their business, but to think outside the square and to really address the way that they run their business for the new paradigm or the new way that we're doing business moving forward into the future. So really, you know, I'm honored to be part of it, and I think it's such an amazing thing that you're doing. So where do we send people if they want to find out about the summit?
Well, you go to createyourdreampractice.com/serve and succeed. So it's all spelled out, serve and succeed. And you can also always find the events on my Facebook page under Create Your Dream Practice. I always post the events there. And, you know, connect with me, because, you know, what we do is we really give away the best stuff we can find. When I learn something new, I'm doing a new session on it. So, and believe me, I've coached a lot, so I'm always learning new things, and it only has value if it has value for others. So hope everyone will go and check it out and hopefully join us.
Absolutely. So, guys, you can also click on the banner to the side there to go through to Jana's website as well to get all the information about the summit. So thank you for joining me, Jana. It's been awesome talking to you today. I'm finally glad that we got to do it and we didn't have the alarms in our ears.
That was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, my goodness. So guys, I encourage you to share this video. Now you can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. Also make sure that you download the app if you haven't done so already so you can watch the shows on the go. And make sure that you leave your email in the box on this page so I can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87 and I would love to send it to you for free. Don't forget, click on the banner to the side to go through to Jana's website from there. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.